Hello, good afternoon to everyone watching. I'm Ajay Menon and I'm joined by Sucheet of the Football Showdown. He is currently in California. It's quite late in the night for him, and we are just coming off after watching a fantastic game between Afghanistan and Bangladesh. So, just to give a heads up, whoever is joining, this stream is mostly going to be in English, but आप हिंदी में भी बात करो. We will keep it multilingual and we will answer all your questions and discuss the fantastic Super 8s of the T20 World Cup 2024. Welcome, Suchit. How are you? It's been mental, right? How have you
Yeah,
been?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Let's be very honest, right? As an Indian fan, after November 19th, honestly, you had no hopes. Yes, IPL was fun, but to be honest, even as an SRH fan, I found it very, very boring because at a point, yes, it was glamorous to see all those huge runs, blistering for runs hit by the openers, but then the low scoring runs is what, as an proper cricket fan would love, and that is what the T20 has so far delivered, and I absolutely love it. No denial about it. I'm very happy about all the fixtures.
Just since you bought SRH up,
Hmm.
I had made a prediction video.
Yeah, I
Which
think go ahead.
Yeah, so no one gave SRH a chance, and I was
Hmm.
surprised because
Yeah.
I mean you had Pat Cummins and Daniel Vittori,
Hmm.
the think tank behind
Hmm.
Australia's success in white
Hmm.
ball cricket.
Hmm.
You had Travis Head, who obviously is a massive coup
Huh.
for any team, and his performances versus India in India is on a different level. We'll get to that later, but
Yeah, yeah, no
no
worries.
one gave SRH a chance. I was very surprised, and I think they pretty much kind of imploded towards the end. A
Hmm.
bit of overthinking and maybe Markram not performing and
Hmm.
Heinrich Klaasen losing steam towards the end. But
True.
what did you make of before we jump into the
Huh.
T20 World Cup? What did you make of SRH overall in the IPL?
Okay. First thing, I am an Indian fan before an SRH fan, right? So before the IPL starting itself, I think I was very very vocal about my hatred for SRH signing Travis Head, an Australian who was beaten India, Pat Cummins, who was the captain who beat India in India and win the World Cup. So in all honesty, I was like, there is no way in hell I'm supporting SRH with Travis Head as their opener and with Pat Cummins as their captain. So I was internally hoping that we would lose just from a hatred for SRH. But to see the way that the team has progressed, like in the last 3 years, right? The last 3 years, it has been abysmal. Like the way they handled Warner's situation, then
Yeah,
with the way Kane Williamson was retained but was not given importance. Why Rashid Khan was let go without replacing him with another, at least a quality spinner. I'm not asking world class. I'm asking a quality spinner.
right.
SRH's problem, even in this season, batting has been so good that it has even like shown, it has like nullified all the spinner issues that SRH has. SRH doesn't
Right.
have a recognized spinner. They brought in Hasaranga. I knew it will not work out. One, he's injury prone. Second, he's
He's
not done. Yeah. Second, he's not done well even for RCB. RCB grounds are like pretty decent for spinners if we are not too wrong about it. If I'm not too wrong
correct.
about it, right? So I had no hopes on Hasaranga, and then the Hasaranga situation happened where he came out of retirement to make sure that he can play the World Cup, and so much saga happened about it. Let's not go there. Um, Overall, I'm happy with the progress that SRH has had, especially with Daniel Vettori on there, in spite of all the mishaps that has happened over the last 2 seasons. So in terms of progress, I'm happy. Was it sad that we lost? Um, I think I think if you are a proper cricket fan, you must have seen it, right? Like it was just like running on steam. There was no
Yeah,
concrete. It like either the top two will perform or nobody will perform.
correct, correct, correct.
Markram, he's not performed in the IPL. He's not. He didn't perform even in the T20 World Cup.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely,
he's
absolutely.
brilliant with the catches. Let's not
Yeah.
deny him how good he's been with the catches and everything. He's been super fielder, but that doesn't win you all the games, right? So yeah, in terms of progress, I'm very happy with SRH. To answer your question.
So before we move ahead to today's game and India Australia and just overall the Super Eights, I have a couple of questions from Nishant. Nishant is a big fan of Indian sport, cricket, football. Otherwise,
Hmm.
so he's asking basically, do you think cricket can overtake baseball? And secondly, what is the TV rating for cricket? Is I mean, so basically, since you're in the US, and
Huh.
you're getting a first-hand experience of the T20 World Cup happening
Hmm.
in the US, of course, co-hosted by the West Indies. How
Hmm.
has the response been? And obviously, to kind of answer Nishant's question, do you think where you will ever see cricket overtaking baseball in the US?
Um. Hmm. So baseball is a very technical game that you need to understand it. Else, from an outside perspective, you're just like us watching someone who's throwing a ball and hitting it. You'll not get the thrill of it because when I visited as a tourist thing to go to a baseball stadium, it was honestly very very boring. But to answer your question, will cricket overtake baseball? It needs to be marketed in a better way, either with the amount of runs or the huge spectacle of the money that comes into the game, or the game produces the amount of money. Because let's be honest, US is a country that relies on how much they can market and make money off, right?
Yep.
So it depends on how much money US is able to make. If they're able to generate a lot of money, that means they'll be able to promote the game better. But if you see in the grassroots levels, right? I've gone to some of the under 14s, under 16s, and even the let's see, even like the semi-professional levels. There you see a lot of American, I mean Indian-born Americans who have done really really well and are playing on a good level, to be very honest. And uh, if results go on like this, like how US beat Pakistan or how US would potentially beat big teams in the future, I think self promotion would obviously push forward the agenda of how good cricket is. And in all honesty, I think having countries like US have a good cricketing team is always good for the sport. Like for now we have Asia, and then you have Australia pumping in all the money and all the
Yep.
fans. I think if we can somehow tap US, it will be a huge thing. In terms of TRP ratings, all my cricket has been watched on Willow Cricket, so I don't have these specific channels that
Hmm.
have like Fox Sports or Sky Sports or something to know how much is the game being promoted
Yeah.
on TVs. But in terms of fans, actually, there's a Burger King like across the street. I just went there today for burgers for a burger. There was actually an American person who's came and spoke to me. Oh, did you know my team beat Pakistan? I'm very happy about it. I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
is very refreshing to hear.
yeah. I mean, it's like when the country does well, I think people generally will just come in.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you actually nailed it with that. I
Hmm,
mean, if you kind of experience success in any sport,
hmm, hmm,
automatically it catches on. Which is basically what
hmm,
happened with India and cricket in 1983.
hmm,
And on a parallel, that's why say Indian football is still lagging behind
huh,
because we've not got the success that cricket got.
hmm,
Obviously.
hmm.
I will just take this question from
Yeah.
Nishant. Where basically, he says that football needs a change in rules like a timeout so it can generate more revenue. नहीं यार निशांत, I feel I'm a very मैं
Hmm.
एकदम purist आदमी हूँ. I don't
Yeah.
like any
Same.
changes to the beautiful game.
Same.
I'm anyways with that whole VAR nonsense. Also, I'm
Huh.
not very keen because it's not very it's very interpretative. Everyone uses it differently. In
Hmm.
England, there's a different rule. In
Hmm.
Italy, it's a different rule. Champions League, there's a different rule. So, lot of gray areas in VAR also. So,
Hmm.
I need
Hmm.
some standardization. But don't touch the beautiful game. I know you're a Wenger fan, obviously, because you're an Arsenal fan. But that offside rule is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
beyond. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how it'll make the game interesting, obviously. But
Hmm.
come on. I mean, that's it's an offside law. You're changing a law, so
It
very
could be
very
one of those
controversial.
points, where I will agree with away fans if they said, that is a shit rule. Because honestly, it's what is the whole point of offside traps? The beauty of
Correct.
defending comes with such tactics. When you're removing
Absolutely.
such a thing, what is the whole point?
Absolutely. Football with Biku is here. Hello, bhaiya. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's afternoon यहाँ पे India में. Thank you guys for taking the time out. And I think we will move on to the game that happened obviously just a few hours before this live stream, which was between Bangladesh and Afghanistan. And I think we were all watching. All Indian fans were glued on to this game, man. What are your thoughts? Like immediate thoughts of this game?
It's a classic low scoring thriller. Like,
Oh yeah.
eh, yeah, I was hope. You see, like, no disrespect to the Bangladesh cricket team, right? But they have been
Yeah.
a spoil sport for years. For years. I didn't know much about cricket when I was young. I was born in 2000. Back in, I think, if I'm not wrong, back in 2007, was it? When
Yeah,
Bangladesh beat India?
yeah. Beat
And
India in the World Cup in the West Indies.
yeah, in the West Indies. So yeah, since then, like my dad is a cricket fan. That's how we most of us become cricket fans, right? The family
Yeah,
watches. That's how you. So that hate for Bangladesh, or the Bangladesh cricket team has been since then. Yeah, if they didn't want to win, at least try. What was the whole point of playing so slow when you didn't want to at least try and qualify? Like, it was genuinely annoying, but I'm so glad Afghanistan came out of it with a win. Yeah, I'm genuinely very, very happy.
beautiful scenes when you see in Afghanistan. I was just going through Twitter, so
Uh-huh.
many people out in the street celebrating. What a win for them. And I don't want to throw many stats, but you look at Nabi. I think he's beaten 45 different countries as an Afghan player,
Hmm.
and his first game was in Argentina. It's just insane that the journey that they've been through as a
Hmm.
country, as people who have been affected in war. Like these guys grew up with war happening around them.
Hmm.
It's just insane. I mean, quite unbelievable. And I don't think so there'll ever be a story like Afghanistan's cricket story. It's just massive. Just
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
quickly look back at the game, just a snapshot. So important that Rashid Khan over here
Ah.
hit those three sixes. I mean, that was a game changer.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
really,
Hmm.
he got them to 115. Otherwise, they could have been wrapped up quite early.
Yeah.
And overall, I think in difficult conditions, Afghanistan did quite well. And just
Hmm.
to come to Bangladesh's, I think just let me zoom in a bit so that everyone can just see.
Okay.
Yeah, just to see Bangladesh's card.
Hmm.
Apart from Little Das, who was
Hmm.
not out throughout the game, there was no one else who gave him support.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Just insane. There's literally no one. I mean, who's the second top scorer?
I think it
It's
was.
Ridoy.
Yeah.
Ridoy, 14
Okay.
runs. And then
Hmm. Hmm.
Soumya Sarkar with 10. So
Hmm.
just three guys in double digits.
Hmm.
And this was, I mean, and obviously, you look at the bowling, fantastic bowling from Rashid himself
Hmm.
and Naveen Ulak. What an insane game, man. I mean,
I think
just
now.
one of
Yeah.
the
Hmm. Hmm.
all-time bowling performances, and Rashid leading from the front. Good stuff to see. What was going on in your head? I mean, obviously, one was we need Afghanistan to win, so Australia are knocked out.
Ha,
But
ha.
the game aspect itself, did you
Hmm.
ever think that Afghanistan were going to lose this?
No, I didn't think it would like, see. I didn't think it would come to this point, where they had to wait at least like to the very end to win this game. I honestly thought, these guys have it in their hand. They have three quality spinners: Nabi, Rashid Khan, and Noor. Noor, is it? Noor, right?
Yeah, Noor
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Noor Ahmed is literally the mirror image of Rashid Khan. Like, there is no, I don't think anyone can deny that. And Nabi, he's that guy who'll build pressure on one side, so the other guy on the other end can pick up wickets. He's that kind of
Correct,
quality bowler.
correct.
But I think for Afghanistan, Naveen ul Haq, what a bowler he's become for Afghanistan, right?
And just imagine from all Indians hating him with the whole
Uh,
Virat Kohli. Now he's loved.
yeah,
I
now
mean,
he's properly loved. Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. I
insane, man, insane.
Mm-hmm. And like, I think the match against Australia, when he got Travis Head out with that proper
Oh
superb
yeah,
superb outswing.
beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. And then you saw
And
West Indies players are showing him love from Lucknow Giants. Yeah, yeah, it was just crazy how good he's been for Afghanistan.
insane, insane. I'll just take a few comments.
Yeah.
Footballers Biku, Tanzim को बहुत hate मिला. हाँ, attitude problem. That is because I think he was, Virat Kohli. He took
Hmm.
Virat Kohli's wicket and he was just being.
Oh,
But
right, right,
that's how
right.
they are. Like Bangladesh
Hmm.
players.
Hmm.
I mean, to be very honest, they talk more than they can walk. I mean, obviously,
Hmm.
barring few exceptions, but typically they've always been, and
Hmm.
they've been there for so long. So
Almost 50
obviously,
years. Yes.
it's a kind of system problem that they've not been able to kind of produce those players to take them one level above.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's all different topic. Attitude to hai inke paas mein,
Hmm.
but
That is.
I think we would rather walk
Uh,
the talk.
Uh,
And
uh,
this is quite a important question, because this is obviously now everyone's talking about it. What do you make of it, about Virat Kohli's form?
uh, it's a very sensitive topic as an for an Indian fan, right? You know what? I want to hear your perspective first. I will say mine. I will wait for your perspective.
See, I think more than anything else, Virat is a guy who you can't afford to drop.
Mm,
I know that unfortunately he's been propelled into this role of an opener
mm,
that kind of worked in RCB and is
mm,
not working out over here. Uh, that's because of two things. One, obviously, the wickets are different. He's got more pressure to perform over here, and I think he's just trying too hard. Because Virat goes in with that
mm,
mentality. I'm like, he's going to make it, and obviously there is no denying that he is the goat. But
mm,
I think he needs to relax a bit, and
mm,
Rohit should just like, you play like me. Mere jaisa खेलते. And
mm,
a relaxed Virat, I think, will start performing. There's no question that I don't think so. Either Dravid or Rohit is. I mean, they're going to change the lineup, so it's going to be the same. The
mm,
semis, if we win that in the final as well. So Virat has potentially 2 games to perform,
mm,
and I expect a Kohli masterclass coming soon. I mean,
mm,
you can't keep that man out for
mm,
long. He will bounce back, and
mm,
he will, kind of prove everyone wrong with his bat.
mm.
Hopefully, it is a game against England, because
Yeah.
obviously we lost against them last time. They are the defending champions,
Mm,
and it's the best game to prove, that you are Virat Kohli. So
mm,
I think he just calm down a bit and kind of like chill and just play his natural game. Yeah.
mm.
Runs will come. You can't question him.
Exactly. The first point that you said is completely different from the IPL, right? Uh,
Yeah,
IPL, there is a reason why people perform in IPL and not exactly like that in the world stage. Like you have multiple examples of such players who have done well there and not in the world stage. A clear example may not be the perfect one, but a clear example presently is Shivam Dube. How
yeah,
he's been a spectacle to watch this season, right? For CSK,
correct.
he's been a clutchman until that one match. I think
Yeah,
in the eliminator, if I'm not wrong.
eliminator. Yeah, yeah,
Eliminator, exactly. And like in the World Cup, we've needed him to perform twice or thrice. I think he has shown up. He showed up twice for now. I think right
right.
against Pakistan. He was all no against Pakistan. He
Yeah,
got it early. Was it
yeah,
early?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He got it. Yeah,
Against US, he was that guy who stayed with Surya Kumar
yeah.
Yadav to make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct, correct.
he was calm, he was slow, but he was there to at least finish the game. I'll give him credits for that. And yeah, last 2 games he's been all right, but again, not always having success in the IPL will give you form in the world stage. Now, Virat Kohli's situation, uh, like you said, he's been trying too hard. In my opinion, I still feel he should be that he should be that middle order guy who stabilizes in case the top order completely fails. In the World Cup, he was superb, right? He was done. He has done his role. Many people will tell that okay, he's done for the PR, anything. I'm not a Kohli fan. I'm an Indian fan. Indian cricket, whatever is good for Indian cricket is what I support. But Kohli playing that role as an anchor role was crucial for India in that World Cup. But now he's still needed as that anchor role because we still do not have that players who will consistently perform in the middle order.
Yeah,
We have the names. We have Sky. We have Dubey. We have Hardik Pandya. We have Pant. But are they
Jadeja
consistent?
as well in the lower middle order.
Yeah, a lower mid
Lower
order.
order.
But do we have someone who's like consistent over the period? No, we have only Virat Kohli. So why didn't we try Jaiswal initially? And if that failed, okay, go to Kohli. I do not know why that didn't happen. So yeah, it's a two thing. It's more like the management didn't trust Jaiswal initially, hence Kohli is forced to play that role. And second, if Kohli is given that role, he should play with better temperament. He, we are no one to tell him that. He's playing
Should
there.
obviously we can just talk. I mean, but
Mhm,
that's the thing with Virat, right? I mean,
mhm,
you have critics like harsher critics than us,
mhm,
ex-players,
mhm,
commentators, pundits, and every
mhm,
time they doubt him, he comes up with a performance. So
mhm,
as a
mhm.
fan, obviously, and as fans, we are expecting that
Uh,
that next big innings is just around the corner, which
mhm.
hopefully is against England. It'll be good
Yeah.
fun, to shush them also. Obviously,
Uh-huh.
given the rivalry we
Mhm.
have with them. Before we get into the India Australia game, I'll just take a couple of questions.
Yeah.
फुटबॉल में बिकू गिल को ड्रॉप
Deep
कर दिया
drop कर
गया।
दिया क्या था?
ही इज इन द रिजर्व्स भाई,
Hmm.
गिल रिजर्व्स में है, or abhi to I think Gill is watching the Copa America. If I'm not
Nah, yeah, he was watching the Copa America. I was surprised.
such a random thing, and he's the
Uh,
captain for the Zimbabwe tour, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I
So
think it was declared. Yeah, I think just after the match or something. Yes.
correct. And Nishan, cricket versus baseball, which one is more? I have not played baseball. I don't know about you, Sucheet. Have you played?
No, I just came 2 years back. There's no way I'm playing baseball and all the basketball.
Cricket is more technical. Test cricket especially.
Yeah, mm, yeah. I think it's too harsh for us to like judge regarding baseball technique. So I think.
See, my perspective is simple. I play cricket.
Hmm.
Obviously, I played baseball in games, but not played in real life.
Like,
Cricket is,
you played V or something? V baseball? Is that the one?
yeah, we baseball, we baseball, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
but Test match cricket is very very technical because you
Agreed.
a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different situations. So Test match cricket is far too technical. One of the most technical sports in the world. So I think that's the answer. Bishu Bhai is here. Good afternoon, Ajay Bhai. What's up? We are getting into India Australia Bhai. So this was a game that obviously as Indian fans we wanted we wanted revenge, as simple as that. Just to heal those scars of 2023 now, the World Cup final. And Rohit Sharma stepped up. I mean, this was just mad.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts of the game? I just pull up the scorecard. India first. What a game.
What a game. Like Rohit Sharma, like, wow. Like in the IPL, he didn't perform. People started questioning, is he good enough for the Indian team? Is he good enough to like lead the team? What a story. I mean, it is such a good. Remember that six? He just like walked and just like just
walked down and
just drive. It was just so good. It was just such a joy to watch. Such a joy to watch. Again, that big mystery there. 5-ball duck from Virat Kohli was still a that's the one.
You know what? When Pat Cummins came to bowl his first ball, when I was watching, I was just like, Rohit, maar isko. And first he stepped out and just smashed him for a six. I felt so happy inside, like, because Pat Cummins, if you remember, start of the World Cup, he was asked which 4 teams will make it a semi-final. He's like, yeah, Australia and 3 others. You can pick whoever you want to. Now, where are you? Kidhar hai Pat Cummins? and even Josh Hazelwood saying that we will lose to Scotland.
So that England can go.
Yeah, England fans, the Barbie army also just got berserk online. And I mean, Vishubai, Nishant, I will get to your question about youth football in a bit. But just to talk about India, Australia, Vishu, last 3 matches were blockbusters. And this is a question which obviously will come. What about Jadeja? I think in this game he hit a 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he hit 1-6.
He hit 1-6.
But
yes.
Otherwise, he was. Did he? Wait, let me just
check.
Go
to the bowling to just check if he.
He just bowled 1 over for 17 runs, and he dropped that catch.
Oh yeah, that catch. It's very unlike Jadeja. Yes.
Very unlike Jadeja. I mean, you had Akshar Patel pull off like one of the catches of the tournament.
Superb
and
catch.
Jadeja is 1 over 17 runs. Okay, this 6 was probably one of the few contributions then with the bat. He's not been the same Jadeja on the field also. I know that he's not going to be dropped, but it's been a very subpar performance from him. What are your thoughts?
Facts. Like, initially when the entire team list came out, right? I think majority of the fans thought, okay, it's going to be either Akshar Patel or Jadeja. And I think majority of the fans would have said Jadeja as well, because the track record Jadeja has. But I think if you were to ask majority of the fans now, would you drop Jadeja happily? I think everyone would say, yeah, please drop Jadeja, because with the bat he's been subpar, with the ball not contributing much, and on the field, yes, he's still good, but he's not been Akshar level's performance at least in this series. But I think it's a common thing, right, among the Indian cricket. You can't drop big names just because of their form. We just keep giving time to the big names, hoping that such a performance comes. So let's just hope. Two clutch games needed from Virat Kohli and Jadeja. Who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We'll take a couple of questions also. Ajay bhai, Akshar should be ahead of Jaddu. Why do you? Yeah, I mean,
it's a fair point, bhai. But
Hmm.
कैसा है कि obviously Jadeja has got that experience, and अभी अभी के lineup में both of them are set.
Hmm.
We can play with both of them on the team and still make it a balanced team. So
Hmm.
obviously, Akshar and Jadeja both are, I would say, bowling all rounders.
Hmm.
You know, and insanely good fielders. So अगर balance बन गया है, I don't see either one of them getting dropped. But
Hmm.
I'm sure after this tournament, they will have to take a close look at Jadeja
Hmm.
for sure.
Hmm.
So just
Also,
another question from
I kind
yeah,
of agree with him saying that why is Ajay Bhai should be ahead of Jadeja. Huh. So I was surprised why Jadeja came ahead of Akshat Patel in terms of batting. Because I think
yeah,
we had
yeah,
more contributions from Akshat Patel with the bat this
correct.
tournament. So when they said Jadeja, I was like, huh. But when he hit the six, okay, it made sense. What if he did? Right? We never know. I kind of agree
Correct.
with him.
Correct. I mean, obviously, and you saw Akshar playing well at number 4 also against Pakistan. So
Mm-hmm.
those, I mean, he's been brilliant, and I'll get to that bowling aspect also after taking this question.
Yeah.
Uh, Even
Uh,
Dubey, why is he not bowling? And yeah, Sanju Samson is a better. So that's the point, right? Like
mm,
if Shiva Dubey is not contributing with the bat and you're not using him as as
Bowler.
an all, then why not Sanju Samson?
Mm-hmm.
And he can play anywhere. Sanju can play in the middle order. You can send him
Opener, yeah.
opening one down.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts?
The Sanju Samson story. Wow. So I grew up in Gulf in Qatar. So and Qatar
Correct,
is filled with many Malayalis.
correct,
And
correct.
one of my not one of my teachers. So the PT teacher back in school, back in my 12th grade, his nephew is Sanju Samson. So when Sanju
Oh,
Samson
lovely.
broke out, had his breakout season with RR, you should see
Okay,
his smile. Yeah.
Suchit, let me just pause you for a bit. Let me just start my charger. My laptop is losing charge. Forgot to switch it. Just hold that thought.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah,
second.
yeah, yeah. Sure, definitely. Hi guys. I don't think I think Ajay will be okay with the self promotion. Hi, I'm Sucheet. I do have a football channel, the Football Showdown. Uh, if you guys want to find out more about the Premier League or Euros or Copa America or Arsenal in general, do keep following that. So yeah, I'm done with my
I
self
will give
promotion.
the I will share it. I have it pulled up. I'll plug in your channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, just coming back to
Mm,
Sanju. I mean, if you can just
mm,
take it from the top.
yeah.
So you were in the Gulf, and someone who's related to Sanju.
Ha. So, was it? I think in eighth standard. I was in eighth. So, yeah, I was in eighth standard when when Sanju Samson had his breakout season. So his
Right.
uncle was my PT teacher. He had
Oh
such a
wow.
huge smile. He was like genuinely very happy, and his wife was my English teacher. So yeah, the entire Sanju Samson story was really wholesome back in the day. But then what happened? Why is he not breaking into the main team? I have no idea. Is he given enough chances? I'll be honest, I don't think he's given enough chances. Like there are players who's not done well, yet given chances and then started performing. One of the biggest
Right.
examples is the one of India's greatest batsmen presently, Virat Kohli. I think initially Virat Kohli didn't do well.
Yeah.
Then Dhoni's backing helped him, get into picture, make him understand and everything. I think Sanju Samson missed someone who could back him with his potential because
Yeah.
yeah, he did
Yeah.
have issues with his consistency. Let's not go wrong. Let's not deny that. But had he been given more backing, maybe someone who believed in him would have done wonders. We never know. It's one of those stories. Ambati Raidu, Sanju Samson, you never know.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Just to quickly wrap up the India Australia angle with I would say Akshar's bowling performance
Hmm.
and Kuldeep. I mean, what a difference he makes when he comes
True.
on.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, what are your thoughts on So I think we started with Siraj first, and then
Uh,
when we went to turning tracks, we got in Kuldeep.
hmm.
So yeah, I mean Zenatron Bhai is here, and yeah, Kuldeep is a proper Barca. He's a football fan, and he's a
Right.
Barcelona fan. I'm
Ha.
happy that he wants to do something in Indian football. But what a guy, man! He's
Hmm.
probably one of the best bowlers to watch as a fan or even as a neutral.
Ha. My only problem with Kuldeep was I think the Hindi word for it is panoti, meaning nazar, like bad luck, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
Panathi.
So I think when the Premier League India asked him who's going to win the Premier League title, he said Arsenal. And And then guess what? Arsenal did with the Premier League. City won the Premier League. That is the only problem with him. But yeah, jokes aside, I'm so glad he's had that mental breakdown a season, 2 seasons back. He's come out
Yeah,
from that. I'm really really happy with the way Kuldeep Yadav has been performing. I'm genuinely very happy because we are lacking a quality spinner after Ashwin. We had Kulcha, we had Chahal, but then all of the majority of them just like died out or like are not performing unlike how Ashwin used to. So I'm really glad Kuldeep is there for now. Like I'm really really happy with
right,
his performance.
right, right. I think, yeah, I mean, beautiful game. I think some scars have healed from that
Hmm.
defeat in Ahmedabad.
Uh,
Not all scars, obviously,
yeah,
we'll remember
true,
it.
true,
And,
true.
I have the scar of 2003 also in South
Mm-hmm.
Africa when, just to, very funny story. One of my best friends, her brother was studying in Australia. So
Oh,
he was a student and he went to Melbourne in 2003. So they
uh,
went with all the Indian flags and everything, and they went to a bar, student bar, so obviously more Aussies. And after I think Sachin got out, they went back. Till
oh,
then, they were like, "Ah, India jitega, India jitega." And
uh,
whenever we meet, we still talk. Yeah, that day has left him mentally scarred because obviously,
mm,
start of the game they were very excited. India were like, Ganguly, Zahir Khan, I mean, they were just there, and then Ricky Ponting. Oh my God! So that scar is there, 2003. Now we have 2023.
mm,
Hopefully now we don't have another scar coming our way. Because
true.
everyone is like that meme. Those who know, those who don't know. India going undefeated.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes to this, man. I mean, it's just
Mm-hmm.
annoying. So before, yeah. So I think that's a perfect way to segue into our semi-final talks. So obviously, semi-finals are set. Let's start with the
Uh,
Afghanistan,
mm,
sort of Afghanistan, South Africa, because we haven't spoken about South Africa. Even their journey has been kind of insane. So
mm, mm,
Afghanistan now, obviously, just coming off this fantastic victory. They also defeated New Zealand, very, very
mm,
confident. And
mm.
South Africa haven't lost a game, but have come so
So
close.
close, right?
And obviously, as a fan, I'm glad that they didn't choke. But
Mm.
what are your thoughts? And just like quickly go through the South Africa West Indies game and overall, their performance in the tournament.
I think Rabada hasn't scored any runs that were ever important in his life other than those 4 runs against West
Four
Indies.
runs.
Like, oh, years have gone where South Africa has produced brilliant players, had brilliant teams. Gibbs, Sean Pollock, Graham Smith, De Villiers, JP Dumini, and all these like great players, great teams, but they won nothing. Now they don't have all those big names. Will that pressure go off them and finally they start to like have a momentum? Hopefully they win. If not India, uh South Africa or Afghanistan is what I hope. I'm not going to support England no matter what. I do not care. I don't want England to win. I have no sympathy for them. So yeah, if not India, I hope for South Africa or Afghanistan to win.
Yeah, I mean it'll be quite a good semi-final. I just hope that whoever comes in,
Uh,
it'll be the first final for them. I mean, in the
hmm,
men's T20 World Cup, neither South Africa or Afghanistan have made it to. Obviously, Afghanistan haven't, but even
hmm,
South Africa have never made it to a T20 World Cup final. So if they make it, it'll be their first final. I think Markram's form is the only question mark overall. There's
yeah.
still, I would say, Markram is kind of going through that Kohli moment, but he's
Hmm.
been going through it for a while now. Uh,
Uh,
but, but yeah, otherwise, when they're on song, they're a very difficult team to beat, and they can beat anyone on
hmm,
their day.
hmm.
So
I
either
didn't
one
even
will be
realize
very,
that South Africa has never been to a final, at least T20 final. It's kind of
yeah,
surprising, like for me it was surprising. Like wow, they actually didn't
yeah.
make it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, obviously they've had this tag of chokers
Hmm,
for so
hmm,
many
hmm.
years. And
Exactly.
my memory of South Africa is the 90, like, yeah, I watched the 96 World Cup, but
Huh.
the choking is the 99 World Cup when Lance Closer and Alan Donald, this is a year before you were born.
Yeah.
Alan Donald was just staring at Lance Closer, and the match ended in a tie. But I think Australia won because of whatever, some whatever rule was there. But
Hmm,
what a heartbreak it was for them. And after that, also consistently they've been under delivering and choking at the most
hmm,
crucial stages. ABD, I mean, so many players who won nothing.
hmm,
You
hmm,
spoke about.
hmm.
Jack Callis, Graham Smith, all these players unfortunately couldn't
Jack
win any.
Callis, what an all-rounder, right?
He can still play. I mean,
Uh,
I saw him in Legends League. That
yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah,
can still ball, bat,
yeah.
and field. It's an insane.
Mm-hmm.
He could probably play football and rugby also. He's that fit.
Right,
Like
right.
proper beast. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, coming back to semi-final number two, India England, the
Yes.
revenge of your thoughts.
Uh, so England, right? I really do not know. Like, so if we can get Butler out, if somehow Arshdeep can, pull off that one series he played in England where he was able to swing the ball left and right, and Butler was in all sorts of trouble, I think that will be key. One of the most important performance that came in this World Cup is how Arshdeep has been getting the wickets. Like,
Yeah,
we know he's very good at giving out runs, right? Uh, the way he's been performing with the ball by getting those wickets, I think that is going to be very important when we face England. Uh, we always know that how Bumrah is good. Do you think Siraj should come into this game facing England, or do you
all
think?
depends. All depends on the wicket. Like,
Hmm,
if it's a dry wicket, I think we'll keep the same lineup with Kuldeep. But
hmm,
suppose if it's overcast and the wicket is kind of damp
hmm,
and moist and the conditions are favoring seam bowling, then I think Siraj is a good shout to come back in.
hmm,
But I
hmm,
don't think so. It's going to change anything.
hmm. Okay. Oh,
So there are
yeah.
chances of rain. There are chances of rain,
Hmm, hmm,
and also if the game is washed out,
hmm.
India qualify to the finals because
Right.
uh, because of a superior Super 8 record,
Huh.
we directly qualify. But I hope the game happens because it'll be
Yeah, yeah.
good to beat England on the pitch.
The games have been so good. Like the games before this, the Super 8.
Yeah,
We can't have washed out semifinals, please. Please no.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So quick predictions. So first, what do you think are the semi-final results going to be?
Oh, South Africa, Afghanistan. Uh, it's one of the hardest things. Uh, you know what? Afghanistan has had a dream run, but South Africa coming into the final is more appropriate if you look at the hierarchy and everything. So, out of what is the word? Superior.
Superiority.
Yeah, yeah. I fumbled my words out of
It's
excitement.
late in the night. It's past 1 a.m. your bedtime.
Yeah, yeah, that and yeah, out of my excitement kind of fumbled my words, but I think as per heritage, as per cricket, I think South Africa should go into the finals quite comfortably. If Afghanistan goes into the finals, yeah, I think that is like Croatia going into the finals and
Yeah,
facing France. Yeah,
absolutely,
that
absolutely,
itself is a
absolutely.
big thing. Yes. What are your
And
predictions?
and India England obviously. I think we are all India.
Ha ha ha, for sure. No, no
So
doubt. No.
I'm predicting India Afghanistan final. I think South Africa are going to choke once again. They haven't choked. They've come very close to choking. Uh, I just have a feeling that they might choke this time also, and Afghanistan will make it. Like you rightly mentioned, it'll be like a France versus Croatia
Mm,
2018 World Cup final again. It'll be India Afghanistan. If you had to draw a parallel to football, so I think whoever is, I think we still have 5 people on the stream. Send
uh,
in all your comments. We'll be taking all your comments before we end the stream. I just want to plug in your channel, Suchit. Um,
yes.
just a sec. Let me just share the screen. And yeah, you can all yours. So the floor is yours.
Hey guys, I've done my self promotion before when he was not there. I will do it right now again. Thank you for this slot. Hey guys, I'm Sucheet. If you guys didn't know and you're tuning in right now, I've started my channel. It's mainly about Arsenal presently, but I've brought in collaborations with other Premier League fans like City, Manchester United, Chelsea. I've not found Spurs fans in India. Shock. I found even Newcastle fans, but yeah, it is what it is. I do a bunch of analysis on players that have been linked to Arsenal, like Nico Williams and Benjamin Sesko recently. I have other videos lined up. Yeah, it's been a good video. I've started only in December, so any love, any support in terms of subscribing or commenting or letting me know how to improve, any help will be very grateful from all you guys.
Yeah, guys, subscribe कर लो आप लोग and do support Suchit. And I will leave uh, I've already left his YouTube channel's name on my title and description of this video. So yeah, and just support his work and help us to grow as a community in
Hmm.
terms of sports content creators, Indian sport content creators. And with that, we'll take all your comments and end the stream. Spurs fans in India, seriously, there is a massive Spurs group. I know, especially in Bombay, in Mumbai, there are a lot of Spurs fans, and they have like a
I think to banter them, like it's fun to like not to acknowledge them. I'm sorry.
and yeah, we have a exclamation mark saying that Afghanistan will win. That is what even I feel. Even I feel that they have
Wait,
a
can I ask them why? Because if there is still time, can I ask you? Can I ask you why?
leave,
Can I ask you?
leave a comment. Leave a comment below.
Yeah. Hmm.
I gave the explanation that South Africa will live up to their chokers tag, and we'll just see them Afghanistan pull off a Croatia, like you said.
Hmm.
A exclamation mark. Leave a comment below. 6 people on the stream. We're going to close this soon, but leave your comments. We'll take all your comments before closing this off.
Hmm.
We have another very good question. Varun Chakravarthi, he put this on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. He should have had hired paid PR agencies. Your thoughts on this? It's quite
Ah.
not very cryptic. I think he just said it out in the open.
Ha 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 ha. Like funny thing, I just read. I read this like I think just before we started streaming. Like for some reason, my feed on Twitter doesn't come out that quick, so I got to know regarding Gill being captain just now. I don't have much to say about it. Like, is Varun Chakravarthi part of the squad, or is it the fact that Gill is the captain? Oh, he's not.
Hence that. Uh,
Oh, okay. I thought because Ruturaj Gaikwad was not made the captain and Gill was made the captain. I thought that is why the tweet. Oh, wow. Chakravarti is not there. Hmm. Okay. I thought he's been so good for KKR like this season. Why?
it is extremely strange, and the way that KKR, such a champion team in the
Yeah.
T20 format,
Hmm.
beats me. Really
Hmm.
beats me.
Hmm.
It's unfortunately sad. I mean, eventually, you should use the IPL as merit for selection,
Hmm.
but it's been happening for a while. Like Abhishek Sharma will eventually come into the fold.
Hmm.
Probably should have taken him to the West Indies just for that exposure.
Hmm.
Yashasvi, okay, he didn't have a great IPL this year,
Hmm.
but he's been very consistent, not been given a chance. But I think that's a whole different tangent. I mean, if we
Yeah.
talk about it, we'll
True.
speak
True.
for
True.
another 2 hours about it. Just
Hmm.
last couple of questions. Nishant's question was there earlier. He just wanted to know about the youth football structure in the US and is college soccer good in the US?
Oh. Hmm. Those are very interesting questions for someone who's not very well versed with the football slash soccer culture in the US. To be very honest, uh, am I still audible? Um, I think the host Ajay is. Am I audible? Hello. Am I? Wow. Uh, hey guys. Am I have no idea. And I think there has been a technical issue from his side. I'll just contact him right now. 1 second. Is there an issue?
Sorry.
Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yeah. Okay. I think yeah. To answer your question regarding the football or slash soccer structures in the US, I'm not very well versed with regarding it. So me saying some random things to make up a point for it would be very unfair. So yeah, I have nothing to say regarding it because I'm not very well versed with it.
Fair enough,
Sorry,
man. Fair enough.
sorry about that.
Fair enough, fair enough. So I think that's about it for today. Thanks so much, Sucheet, for joining in. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in and who would be watching this video later on. I
Hmm.
think we're all set for two fabulous games, and it's going to be very interesting. Subscribe to Sucheet's channel, as I told you. It's there in the title. It's there in the description. Support him and his content, and we'll do a collab soon. Hopefully, with India winning the
Winning.
trophy, finally winning a trophy after what 11 years. 11
Yeah.
years without an ICC trophy. It's been far too long, man.
Hmm, hmm,
What are
hmm.
your parting thoughts?
It's cricket has always been my first love, so I really want to appreciate you for like somehow thinking that let's call Sujeet on this stream. Like, thank you so much
Anytime,
for letting me talk
anytime.
about it. Like, I think my own excitement, the way I fumbled my words, can show how much I appreciate you calling me on the stream. Thank you so much. Uh, People like you need to build the Italian football craze in India, because Italian football is very underrated. Premier League has always its light, fame, media, and everything, but I think Italian football needs people like you in India or anywhere in the world to let it grow. So yeah, guys, keep supporting him, keep commenting, keep helping him out, because he's yeah. All appreciation to you, man. Thank you so much for calling me here.
Thanks again, man. Means a lot. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in, and we'll see you all later in the stream sometime soon. Ciao, ciao. Take care.
Bye bye.